We've got live views of Saturn directly from Slooh's flagship observatory at the Institute of Astrophysics in the Canary Islands. Here it is. It's just off the west coast of Africa. Prevailing winds come in from the Atlantic Ocean, which means the air is incredibly stable when it hits the islands. And this produces the superb seeing conditions experienced at the observatory. What a glorious image that is. And that's from this same telescope using lucky imaging techniques.
Well, very simply, as Earth goes around the sun once a year, Saturn, as I just said, takes roughly 29 and a half years. So as we line up, that is, Earth is in between the sun and Saturn, we get to our closest point to Saturn. And therefore, it's largest, it's brightest, it's out all night, it rises at sunset, it sets at sunrise, it's at its highest in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. And so we call it opposition.
Now, Saturn is a big planet. You probably already knew that, but it is. Now, Saturn, the mythological figure, was also pretty big. Not physically so much, necessarily, but in importance and in power. Now, when the Romans conquered Greece sometime later, they assimilated the gods and goddesses into their own belief system, including Kronos, who they associated with Saturn, associated with this planet. His role in the Roman pantheon was pretty much the same as it was in the Greek. He was the father of the main gods and goddesses, but he was also worshipped on his own.
Well, the air will call the shots on any given night. Every visual observer of planets from Galileo onward has seen that there are nights, usually the more humid nights are the better ones, where the air is steadier and where the seeing is good. Of course, Galileo first saw it in 1610. In all his drawings, he depicted the rings as kind of, as if they were handles on a teacup. And it took until Huygens and Cassini, now we're talking about half a century later, as telescopes got better and better and better and better, before anybody correctly ascertained their true nature. And I'm convinced the reason for that is that nowhere on Earth is there an example of a ball surrounded by unattached rings. So this was the first celestial object that looked truly unique and alien and had no earthly analog.
We still don't fully understand, do we, the mechanics of Saturn's rings, but we got a far better understanding when we started seeing some of these Cassini-Huygens images, especially when we saw these little shepherd moons, maybe with two of them on either side of one of the thinner rings, just shepherding all of the particles. Amazing mechanics are going on up there.
But Saturn is unique in that one side really has many advantages to the other side. And I hate to say it because this is gorgeous, the north side, but this is the inferior side. It almost like works through a set of gears, that everything either comes together for Saturn, closest approach to us, highest up in the sky for that southern side of the rings, and then everything goes south, everything goes sour for the northern side of the rings. And I don't want to put a bah humbug, terrible, cynical view, because this is gorgeous. I guess what I'm saying is to everybody, eat your health foods, work out at the gym, wait those 15 years, because the other side of the ring, if you like this, the other side of the rings is even better.